for the second day in a row, we'd like to ask you about the 8th hole, but let's talk about the other 17 that were really, really good. You made over 120 feet worth of putts today, rolling along. That was a really good round of golf.
Yeah, it was much better, way better on the greens as well. I think, when you can get out in the morning here, the greens are just so much better. They haven't started to seed yet, and they're not quite as bumpy as they are in the afternoon. So I feel like you can. There's a lot of 20-footers in the afternoon. You're just trying to finish by the hole because you don't want to have those 3- and 4-footers on the way back. So be a little more aggressive with your putts, and that paid off for me this morning, and held quite a few, and everything was just a little bit better today. I played more solid, given myself more opportunities, and eradicated most of the mistakes I made yesterday.
Okay, take us through 8, the hole-in-one yesterday. It was your 17th hole today. It played like 177. Just what happened?
Yeah, so most of the day we've been playing the wind out of the sort of southeast, and I felt if anything it might have just moved to the east, which would have been straight off the right. But I hit my 8-iron 175 yards for the most part. So I thought if I just hit a really good 8-iron, I'd get it to pitch, pretty much between the front edge of the green and the hole, and it would, sort of like what Victor's did. And it just got hit by a little bit of wind. The wind just sort of switched on us and hit a pretty good shot. I just misjudged the wind a little bit, and it came up short. And the one place you couldn't miss today on that hole. But again, other than that, it was a really good round of golf.
All right, well, you're in the mix on the weekend. Good luck.
Thank you.
I guess for your line on the last hole, pretty aggressive line. Is that dictated by where the hole location was, or?
Yeah. So with that hole over on the left, I was making sure to be sort of right, because I think if you hit it into that left rough, you didn't really have much of a shot. But I felt like the approach shot from where Tom was hitting it from was pretty tricky as well. So hit a good tee shot, and then obviously the ball's in the lap of the gods, depending on if you get a good bounce or hit a tree or whatever. But I just felt with that pin, the whole location on the left-hand side, I just had to keep it up the right a little bit.
But it wasn't anything about, oh my God, you're walking off so angry at the other hole. That's your game?
No, not at all. It was just sort of where the hole was. I laid up yesterday. It was a bit more back into the wind yesterday anyway, but laid up to a back right hole location yesterday. And but no, I felt like it was a pin where you could be aggressive with a tee shot and get it up there.
Given what the scores are around here, is it less likely to ease into a round, or is it go time right out of the gate?
It's sort of go time right out of the gate, especially how this. How both nines set up. The front nine, you've got 1, 2, and 3 are good birdie looks. 4 and 5 are tough, but then on the back nine, at least the first 2 days, 10's a tough hole, but then you've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you have to get off to fast starts here. That's pretty important.
So on 9, it looked like you landed right on a cable there and got the.
Yeah, so they'd sort of dug a trench in the ground to put the cables into. So, I sort of felt like I was right on it, and I didn't want to touch the cables, so I let the rules official do that. And, I got relief, which was decent because I was able to get away from the tree, but it still didn't really leave me with much of a shot. So.
And then you hit the limb, but it still landed pretty. It could have gone anywhere.
It could have, yeah. I got lucky for it to, it was where the ball finished from the second shot is probably what I would have done if I hadn't got relief anyway, so it worked out okay.
I'm assuming you're sort of taking the next couple weeks after this off before heading over and getting ready to play at Liverpool. How are your energy levels at this point? You played a lot, and there have been a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I actually feel okay. I think 2 days at home in between LA and here was nice to not really do anything. And for my 4th week in a row, I actually feel okay, which is a pleasant surprise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.